I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies see the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can find your left and right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, in the glow that lets you know the target of the sun. The story that we become, the promise of what's to come, and I will remain a soldier till the war is won.
Hello all and welcome back to the channel. We're in the mountains today as we're chasing the beautiful Reading and Northern Railroad. With the company officially debuting its new station in Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, it's only fitting that a steam excursion be hauled out of their Nesquehoning campus. And what better locomotive to do it than the RNN's own Reading T1 number 2102. The 484 sits idle after being brought up from the RNN's Jim Thorpe Yards as passengers board the long excursion bound for Pittston, Pennsylvania for the town's annual Tomato Festival. With the train nearing departure, we head up the line to the Glenanoco Rock Cut to catch 2102 working the train up to speed. We move up the line to Whitehaven Tunnel. In the distance, you can hear 2102 echoing off on her Reading 6 chime from miles away. I'd like to advise the viewers as well, as the locomotive starts exiting the portal, turn up your volume. You can really hear the display 2102 puts on. After just barely making it to Glen's summit, the train continues on for a few more miles until making a water stop in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. There, the railroad's two fast freight diesel locomotives are attached to the head end to provide dynamic braking for 2102, heading down the 2.2% grade to Pittston. Following the water stop, we arrive at the beautiful Solomon's Gap and take in the awe-inspiring mountains. We are soon met with the train as SD50-2s 5018 and 5019 lead the train down the grade out of the mountaintop area. As the train descends down the grade, we meet up with it again in the Pittston area at Oak Street Crossing. Once the train arrives in Pittston, the diesels will cut off and 2102 will Y the entire train. During the switching, the three rear cars, Black Diamond, Rattler Run, and Anthracite Voyager, the RNN's new Norfolk and Western observation car, will all be cut off and left in Pittston. Once the train clears, we head 9 miles north up to Scranton, Pennsylvania, to visit another fellow Reading T1 locomotive and other various pieces of amazing railroad equipment. Welcome to Steamtown National Historic Site. Originally located in Bellows Falls, Vermont, the wide collection of steam locomotives, passenger cars, and freight cars were collected by a man named F. Nelson Blount. After his passing in 1984, efforts were made and the collection was moved to Scranton, Pennsylvania under the name Steamtown Foundation for Steam Preservation and Railroading Americana. Now being under the National Park Service, people can walk up to these massive machines and take in all their glory. One of Steamtown's prized possessions is their giant Union Pacific Big Boy number 4012. We got lucky that day as number 4012's cab was open for touring, and we took that opportunity dearly. One of the many striking things about Steamtown to me is where their collection hails from. Of course, the many divisions of the United States, but all the way out in Canada too. A prime example being Canadian Pacific number 2317. Make it to Steamtown's monumental turntable and roundhouse, where a bit of the collection is stored outside around the turntable, but a majority of it being inside, especially Steamtown's running steam locomotive. On the side of the roundhouse that we walked in, we were greeted warmly, literally, by Steamtown's own Baldwin 26. The operating crew were bringing her up to pressure, as the locomotive would be operating an excursion out of Scranton to Carbondale, Pennsylvania for the town's annual Pioneer Nights and Parade. Built in March of 1929 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works, number 26 serviced the plant out in Eddystone, Pennsylvania, owned by the BLW. Following the end of World War II, the locomotive was purchased by the Jackson Iron and Steel Company in 1948 to work under as their number 3. After retirement in 1953 and eventually being saved by the Mad River and Nickel Plate Road Railroad Museum in Ohio, number 26 eventually reached Steamtown rails in 1990 and returned to steam. To the year of 2024, number 26 is still seen in operation, hauling Steamtown's various excursions and the Scranton Limited Yard Shuttles. Seen to the right of number 26 is former running stablemate Canadian National number 3254, among the many other locomotives in the roundhouse. We'll go into detail about these locomotives when we next revisit the property, but for now, stay tuned. And finally, number 26 is ready to roll. The crew has brought her up to operating pressure and are proceeding to finish the final preparations on getting her out of the roundhouse and back onto the turntable.
It might not be, I don't know. I'm not sure if they have that one sign yet. They have it back there.
Once the crew completes turning number 26, they'll ease her off the turntable and proceed back to their coal pile, where they'll top off the tender with coal and do outdoor servicing. Once that's complete, the locomotive will back onto the running consist for the day and await the departure up to the station. Now that number 26 is tied onto the head end of the train, the conductor has given them clearance and they are bringing the train up to the station in the Scranton Yard to begin the boarding process for the trip out to Carbondale.
You're gonna line a flying switch.
Did you not? Well,
Oh, I gotta put a new
they're
battery.
going to the roundhouse.
Oh no, they're going on. Oh, okay, I see.
My God, you think you're the staff?
Now that everyone's on board and the conductor has given his call, number 26 proceeds up to the former Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western signal towers, and from there backs down the track up to Carbondale. here, we bid farewell to number 26 as she travels through the Electric City. As our day starts to come to a close, we make our way back to the Reading and Northern Railroad to meet back up with steam engine number 2102 and catch her at 2 locations, as well as meeting the PIJT train on its return trip back to Pittston. From here, I'll let number 2102 do the talking as she roars out of the Pittston area up the 2.2% grade all the way through Solomon's Gap.